I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's really just action. So why don't we just go ahead and get right into it? Welcome to the Just Action Podcast, where all we do is take action. I am the one, the only AJ Holiday, also known as your boy, also known as Holiday Season, and I know that you are here for a reason. So let's not waste your time. Pillar 5, the last pillar for the Just Action Foundation. If you've made it this far, round of applause. Baby, make that clap. Shout out to the gang that's made it this far. Wish I had a. It's been nice. It's been good. We got through the 5, and then we're actually going to start getting into some principles, some how-tos, some course curriculums. It's a whole bunch of stuff coming after this. But Pillar 5 is not refrain. This episode, we're staying on track. Strict program here. Let's get right into it. Pillar 5, service to others. Quick recap. If you haven't been, as always, they're right behind you. Go check them out. Pillar 1, faith in the journey. Pillar 2, clarity through action. Pillar 3, radical self-honesty. Pillar 4, sacred systems. And finally, Pillar 5, service to others. If you're new to the program, here's how things work. We go through 3 major questions because I think better questions give you better answers. We're going to ask what, why, and how. Okay? What is service to others? If you have no idea stringing those words together, what that means in a whole phrase, don't worry. I've come up with a little definition for the phrase so you can have something to put in your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So now when you start saying, oh, we was talking about service to others, give you a nice little recap that you can say what that is. Why? Why should I serve others? Why should I use this pillar, this 5th pillar, to move better in my life? What does this do for me? Why should I use it? Don't worry. I'm going to give you some reasons why. I'm glad you're asking good questions. Good questions should give you good answers so then you can make an informed decision on what you want to do with life. Because at the end of the day, it's on you. You feel me? And finally, how? Yes, a lot of things we know what it is. A lot of times we know why we need to use it. But there comes a time, more times than not, you don't know how to implement the thing. There's so many things that you know what you need to do and why you need to do it, but you just don't know how. Well, guess what? I failed many a times in my life to come up with this 5-pillar system foundation for the Just Action podcast so that you, the viewer, the listener, the friend, the family, can have something practical. As soon as you turn this off, as soon as you hear the application of how to do it, you should be able to go and implement it right away. So you'll get the what, you get the why, get the how. Got something. Jeez, messing with me. Let's get in, shall we? What is service to others? There's a lot of different ways you could put it. The way I'm putting it is the passing or sharing of information you have learned or received, also known as a bigger purpose in life. Yes, it is very cool for a lot of us to say, you know what, I got it out the mud on my own, or I'm doing this for me, and at the end of the day, I'm going to get rich and I'm just going to duck off. You like to find some peace. That is very true. But you start realizing throughout life, a lot of the things, majority of the things that you are doing come as a service to others, come as a sharing of information or knowledge to others. Prime example, a lot of people don't want to be ducked off by themselves. A lot of people don't want to say, oh, I'm going to go get rich and I'm just going to hide from everybody. More times than not, a lot of people want to be ducked off with close friends, significant other, family members. You don't want to deal with the masses, but you want to deal with somebody. That could be your service to others. Some people want to provide to the millions, hundreds of thousands, maybe 100. That is their service to others. They are going to find a way to pass or share the information they have learned or received. Now, when you start talking about this service to others as well, it's not always what you've received in hand-to-hand combat. That's lack of a better phrase I could find. From somebody face-to-face. In this digital age, you might have received some information through somebody's YouTube. Hello. Through somebody's book. Through somebody's course. You might have learned something through various webs of the internet. There's also things that you have learned through trial and error, through trying stuff and it just don't work out. You are finding different avenues to have the information, whether you learned it by yourself or through somebody else's trial and errors, and you pass it on along. That is the service that you are giving to others. You are going to find a way to pass or share the information you have received or learned. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And that's getting right into the why. First off, on the aspects of why. We're communal beings. At the end of the day, we need each other in some form of capacity. I ain't the greatest farmer. I probably ain't a farmer at all, but I can get up here and make a video. Now, I might not be the greatest clipper, but guess what? I can hit somebody up who has that service. We start sharing services to each other, makes life easier. You can't be the whole entire thing. You're not going to be perfect at everything, but if you start getting good at one skill, one service that you could provide to the world, you say, you know what? I am good at this, and this is the service I provide. It's almost like a trade. Yeah, you're going to start giving dollars away, but you're also giving away a skill set. Now you're giving away information. This world is dollars is information. The way you start making money by having information in a certain skill set. Prime example. Friend playing football. He has information on how to be a great football player, which brings him money so that he can then redistribute it in the world of other services that he can get. But he's providing the service of being an excellent football player. You start looking at people who provide courses. They have information that people will pay top dollar for, and that's how they receive their income. They have a certain skill set or information that they are willing to share to others. Pillar 5, service to others. Once you start realizing a correlation between a service you can provide or a skill set that you have to what your desired income could be, how the impact you leave, the way you're able to, I wish I could get there, and I'm not trying to sit here and try and find it, but you get what I'm saying. If you can just start saying, hey, life gets better the more I am able to impact others, you will then see an increase in abundance of wealth in your life, whether that's wealth in time, wealth in money, wealth in resources. There's an abundance of wealth that comes because now you have a skill set. Now you have a service that you are able to give to others that people will say, you know what? I'll give top dollar for that because I know what that information does for my life. Or, hey, I'll help you free of charge. Hey, try this out. Hey, I would like to give you this. I don't want nothing from it. Just because of the service that you have given to me, I would like to give something to you in return. It comes tenfold. It becomes a situation where they say the rich get richer. You start having a service or a skill set to provide. You start having a thing that you are able to give to the world that is beyond a dollar amount. Let the dollar go for a second. You start saying, you know what? This can change somebody's life. The information that I have and the way that I'm able to present it and give it to somebody else in a way that probably hasn't been done before, Oh, I'm able to give that. And I'm willing to give that freely. Whether that's free of charge, you start giving free game and you just law of reciprocity, or you start charging, which is A-OK. Whatever the case is, you found a way to use the gift that's been given to you. I think we covered 2 of the topics in it, but you can create a living. I'm just briefly going over these. Create a living from your service to others, because now you are able to provide a lifestyle or be able to help others in such a way where you start exchanging dollars for information. Also, you're able to pay it forward. Somebody gave you the information. Somebody gave you an opportunity that you never had before. Somebody saw it in you and provided a service to you and showed you something that you never thought you could see. You had an experience that you never thought you would ever see in life. And now it's opened up your eyes to a situation where now you're able to elevate. Now you're able to do things that you never thought you could do before. Why wouldn't you provide that same service in your capacity, in your remix version, to somebody else? Why wouldn't you be able to say, you know what? That man helped me. I didn't know where I was going in life. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was lost. But he showed me something about myself that I never thought I'd see before. They showed me something that I never thought I could ever do personally. And now I'm doing the thing. They poured into me. Let me go pour into them right here. Let me go give them the emotions that I felt over here. Let me give them the energy that was given to me to say, you know what? You can do it. Whatever the lane may be for you, maybe you're able to give that energy. Maybe you're able to give that information in the form of education. Maybe you're able to do that in the form of entertainment. The world is your oyster. You could do whatever you want. However, you're able to provide that service, however, you're able to provide the information, the knowledge, the skills, give and give freely. And that's getting right into how. So how, number one, how do I start providing a service to others that selfishly, and you should look at it from a selfish perspective, because guess what? If you're looking for the outlook, if you're looking from the perspective, this is how I look at a lot of things sometimes. If you're looking from the perspective of, if I give this, it's going to give me this, why wouldn't I give more? In a selfish perspective to gain it, because I'm doing something positive. I'm giving as much as I can because I know on the back end it comes to me. So number one, find a way to give. You have a gift that's been given to you. The purpose of the gift is to give it away. You might be super good at baking. You might do some baking that people just don't. You put some stuff together and it tastes amazing. And nobody know how to do it. They like, man, I gotta come to you for that cake. Why wouldn't you give not the recipes, but that's a service you can provide. That's a product. Hey man, I got a little special going on. I'm trying this out. Family liked it over here. I thought I'd give you opportunity. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, wherever that takes you, it takes you. I ain't gonna say you go above and beyond and you become the next big cake distributor or whatever the case may be. But you get what I'm saying? You start giving your gift away, and next thing you know, things kind of just start rolling into you. You got a voice. People listen to you. You start getting into this life number. You start listening to these. You have a gift that's been given to you where people are able to say, you know what? I listen to you. I come to you freely with because you don't judge, because you're able to hear me. Maybe you're able to give sound advice. Give that gift away. Do some consulting. Get in, if you want to look at it from a business perspective. Hey man, I can listen and I can assess the situation of what you got going on. And really, I think this is what you should be doing based off of what you told me and what you're currently doing. Now you've helped somebody's business grow. Now you've helped somebody's situation improve. All because you started to use your gift. So you have to start giving. You have to find a way to give each and every day. It's not just from a perspective of, okay, once a month I'm gonna give. If you can give little doses, if you could give small little acts of service each and every day, whether that's just from the benefit of, hey, I want to be a better person and I just want to be more fulfilled and have more purpose and have more impact in the life that I'm living day in and day out. Cool. If that's from a perspective of, hey, I have a business that I think I could grow. I have a media company I think I could grow. And if I just start giving one little tidbit a day, if I start giving one little video a day, next thing you know, I could grow this into a media. Boy, I'd be losing words and I'd be messing up my clips for these. Got to work on it. But it's practice. Second, remain a student. Continuously learn day in and day out, because then the beauty of continuously learning is you find the silver lining in everything you do. In every situation, there's a lesson that could be learned. And the moment you remain a student, the moment you realize, everything has a purpose. Or I can make everything have a purpose. Because now, okay, I failed. Why did I fail? What was the reasoning behind me failing? How can I improve so that it doesn't happen next time? How can I share this lesson that I learned here? How can I share this valuable information that's been given to me in the form of what feels like failure and turn it into a victory story? You could do that with everything from this point out. If you start looking at it from a perspective of, I want to serve others. I want to pass and share this information that I've unfortunately learned in a negative outlook, but now it's no longer negative because, hey, don't do what I did. This is the lesson. I failed right here, but if I can package this thing up, tell you a good story, put a call to action on the end on how you shouldn't fail, and this is the steps. I can get you there. So next time you start going down that same path, I'm just gonna bust it right. I've seen this story before. AJ was just here. He told me, hey, get down to this corner, bust a right. Bust a move, bust a right, bust a left, bust a right. You see what I'm saying? You have to find a way to remain a student in this game. And I don't really have a part 3. I think those two are top tiers for me. If you can find a way to give, if you can continuously learn, remaining a student throughout this game, your service to others does nothing but increase. Because guess what? From the communal aspect, we're already intertwining ourselves into this world. We're no longer just being dependent on the people who brought us here. And we're no longer just looking from the independent aspect of things of, I could do it on my own. But now there's a thing called interdependence. And this is from The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. You start as a dependent. You can't do much. People are doing everything for you. Get to a phase of everybody. You want everybody to leave you alone. Hey man, I'm independent. I want to get it off the muscle. I want to get it by myself. I've been dependent so long. Let me be independent. Let me do this for me. But then you get to a point of interdependence where you realize, this thing is bigger than me. And if I just plug myself into the system, it becomes a lot easier, because the more I'm able to lean on this individual and the more I'm able to lean on this individual, not only am I just leaning, but I'm allowing others to lean on to me because I have the skill set to help them in this capacity, but they have the skill set to help me in this capacity. And we just find a way to come together. It's a beautiful thing. You start from here and you just keep growing. I can't do this over here, but if you help me with this, and I can help you with this. And now we got a nice little union going on here. Now we got a nice little friendship, relationship that we can just build rapport off of, go back and forth. And now they say, oh, I got a friend over here that said, yo, if you help them with this, they can get you with this because this is what they do. Then you just build a network of individuals that have their skill set, that have their service that they're trying to provide to others. And we just back and forth. Yeah. So we're going to cut it short because I realize I'll be yapping at the end with no regard to your time. And I'm trying to make sure your time is valued and appreciated. So pillar 5, service to others. It's a wrap in the trap. Quick overview, but for those that are coming around, sticking around for the next episode on Friday, Thursday for the Friday for the early viewers, Saturday for my YouTubers. We're going to go over an overview of everything, but to give you a recap, pillar 1, faith in the journey. You got to have some type of faith to say, hey, I see it, but now I need to see it. Pillar 2, clarity through action. You're not going to get clear on what you need to do by just thinking. You need to start taking some action. Pillar 3, radical self-honesty. When you start taking that action, you're able to say and hopefully be honest with yourself. This is where I'm at. This is what I got. This is where I'm going to start to get to where I'm trying to go. Pillar 4, sacred systems. Once you start saying through action and honesty, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to start. I'm going to put a blueprint in place. I'm going to have a system that I am dedicated to, that I follow religiously of, hey, I start here. I'm going to do A through Z to get me to where I'm trying to go. Because I have faith in the journey and clear about the actions I need to take, that if I started here with the honesty of where I started, I should be able to get through. And pillar 5, service to others. Once you've successfully helped yourself, find a way to help others. In layman terms, it's the easiest thing you could probably do in terms of a business model, and also just to help others in totality. If you're able to find a way to help yourself, if you're able to, for the example that everybody's heard, and if you haven't, here you go. If you're on a plane and the plane is crashing and you're able to put the mask on first, which is what you should do, because you can't help nobody if you can't help yourself. So once you've got oxygen and you can breathe and you've made it out of the struggle, find a way to help somebody put their mask on too. Find a way to say, you know what? I can breathe. Let me show you how we do it. And that's your service to others. Friday, for the early viewers, for the Patreon, we're going to go a complete overview, break all that down. And then you'll get the breakdown of what's to come for next month. Because now we're wrapping up October. About to go into November. We got plans. We got things to do. Consistency. We're just taking action. Because at the end of the day, it's just action. I appreciate you kicking it with me for these 20 some odd minutes. Hopefully you got some information that I was able to pass or share. And then till next time, I'll see you when I see you. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen.